The wind on the Monon High Bridge blows hard enough to make the railroad ties tremble underfoot. Liberty German braces herself as she steps across the gaps, her phone raised, filming her best friend, Abigail Williams, who walks just ahead with her arms out for balance. The beams creak. The creek far below is a dark ribbon through the trees, and for a moment the girls laugh at how high they are and how daring this feels. It is an unexpected day off from school on February 13th, 2017, and they've been dropped off at the trail to enjoy the afternoon before Libby's dad returns to pick them up. The bridge is old, an abandoned railroad span with no guardrails, no safety rails, just open spaces between each tie. Locals cross it for the thrill, but it's dangerous, and the girls know it. Libby snaps a photo of Abby with the long stretch of bridge behind her, then posts it at 2:07 p.m. It's the last image of them alive the world will see. Sometime after that post, Libby turns the video camera on again. She doesn't say why. Maybe she noticed footsteps behind them. Maybe something in the man's posture set off an instinct she didn't share aloud. The recording shows Abby walking ahead, then a shift of the camera as a man approaches from the far end of the bridge. He wears a heavy jacket, a blue hoodie, jeans, and a cap, his hands tucked in his pockets as he moves steadily across the ties. Nothing about his pace is hurried, but it isn't casual either. The wind catches his jacket, and the sound of old wood groaning under his boots blends with the gusts moving through the trees. What comes next survives only because Libby kept filming. Her phone captures the man closing the distance. Then his voice enters the frame, low and sharp, giving an order that tightens the air. Down the hill. It will become the most analyzed 3 words in modern true crime. When Libby's dad arrives at the pickup point around 3:15 p.m. and the girls don't appear, worry sets in quickly. At first he thinks they've lost track of time. Calls go unanswered. Texts stay unread. Family members return to the trail, walking fast, calling their names across the empty path. As daylight begins to fade, their fear grows. By 5:30 p.m., police are notified, and a search begins with flashlights, dogs, and volunteers sweeping the trail and the woods around Deer Creek. It feels like a missing persons case. 2 teenagers off the trail somewhere, maybe hurt, maybe hiding from the cold. But overnight, temperatures drop, and the search intensifies. Volunteers arrive from nearby towns. Officers, firefighters, and neighbors comb every section of the trail. They check under the bridge, along the creek, and across the open fields beyond the tree line. Families gather at the fire station, waiting for updates, holding on to hope that the girls will be found sheltered somewhere out of the cold. The next day, February 14th, around noon, searchers spot something near the creek bank, a patch of disturbed ground, a shape that shouldn't be there. They pull back and call police. The area is cordoned off, and investigators move in. Soon, the worst is confirmed. The bodies of Abigail Williams and Liberty German are found in a wooded area roughly half a mile from the bridge. The location is close to the water, secluded and shielded by brush. Within seconds, the tone of the entire investigation shifts. This isn't a search anymore. It's a double homicide. Investigators release almost no details about what they find at the scene. They shield the specific injuries, the condition of the bodies, and the positioning. But they do share something else, evidence from Libby's phone. They release a still image of the man walking toward the girls on the bridge. His head is slightly down. His expression is hard to read. The public will come to call him Bridge Guy. Then, police release a short audio clip. Down the hill. Those words, spoken in an unsettlingly calm tone, confirm what investigators already know. The killer wasn't caught by luck. He was caught because a 14-year-old girl had the presence of mind to record him. The image and audio spread everywhere. News stations broadcast them. Posters go up. Thousands of tips pour in. A composite sketch is released in 2017, then a second sketch in 2019, after investigators say the case has taken a new direction. The new sketch appears younger and sharper. Police publicly say they believe the killer either lives in Delphi or is familiar with the area, the trail, and the bridge. Delphi changes almost overnight. Porch lights glow orange in remembrance. Community members walk in groups, unwilling to let the girls' memories fade. Vigils are held every year. The families create Abby and Libby Memorial Park, a place built not out of grief, but as a promise that the girls will be remembered for their lives, not just their deaths. For years, the case feels stuck in place. Tips continue. Search warrants are executed. FBI analysts assist. Detectives re-interview witnesses. The video and audio are studied repeatedly, broken down frame by frame. But no arrest is made. That changes in late October 2022. Indiana State Police arrest 50-year-old Richard Allen, a Delphi resident who worked at the local CVS. The news shocks the town. He's not a stranger. He's someone people have seen for years at the pharmacy counter, someone who never stood out. Investigators say a critical early tip, misfiled in 2017, once placed him on the trail the day of the murders. When that information resurfaces and is paired with forensic work and the video evidence, the case centers on him. A .40 caliber unspent cartridge found near the girls is examined. According to a state expert, it bears markings consistent with being cycled through Allen's Sig Sauer pistol, recovered from his home. Witnesses report seeing a muddy, possibly bloody man walking away from the area that afternoon. Cell data puts him near the trail. And, investigators say, Allen admitted multiple times, on phone calls from jail and in conversations with family and staff, that he was responsible. He pleads not guilty. His defense argues the evidence is circumstantial, the cartridge test flawed, and his jailhouse statements the product of stress and deteriorating mental health. But when the case reaches trial, jurors see the enhanced version of Libby's video and hear the down the hill audio within the full context. They learn that the killer forced the girls toward the secluded area where their bodies were later discovered, and that certain details from the scene matched items connected to Allen. After days of testimony, the jury returns a verdict: guilty on all counts. In December 2024, Richard Allen is sentenced to 130 years in prison, 65 for Abby, 65 for Libby. The Monon High Bridge still stands above Deer Creek, weathered and quiet. The trail feels different now, shaped by the weight of a crime that changed a small Indiana town forever. But Abby and Libby's names live on, in the park built for them, in the library dedicated to them, and in the determination of a community that refused to give up until the truth came to light. Thank you for listening to Homicide Files. Subscribe for more true crime stories.